really is racism.
What's your reaction to this? So many people have been looking at this situation and saying, you know, race played a role here. This young man was wearing a hoodie, and he was a 17-year-old black man, a young man. What do you think about Richard Land's comments?
I have so much experience in this area. I have a mentoring program that's 20 years old for black boys, run by men. And this happens over and over again. It's racial profiling. This isn't something that someone is just pulling out of a hat. It happens all the time. It's happening as we speak. Racial profiling happens in our nation, in our state of Florida. Trayvon was from Miami, Florida, and it happens every day. We're not trying to make it racial. It is racial.
One of the things you talked about was the amount of energy that was in the crowd, all the people around the country who were galvanized around this issue. Where does that energy go if justice isn't served, if somehow Zimmerman isn't charged or convicted or even arrested? What do you think the national response is going to be?
Well, I'm afraid to even think, because I don't want to think back to the 60s when people burned down cities. So as we move around and we talk with people who are participating in rallies, we've got to prepare them as they move through this process as to what the outcome might be. There is no way I can see a grand jury not indicting this man. However, it's my understanding that the grand jury is all white. And I think that needs to be changed. First of all, I think it should be a jury of his peers, someone who looks like him or looks like his family members, his mother or father. And I think that the energy, we will have to find a way to transform this energy and making this a better country for little black boys. You know, we've got to all become mentors.
The NAACP is down in Florida collecting stories from the community right now, and the police chief yesterday gave a speech and then said he would step aside. Listen to him.
It is apparent that my involvement in this matter is overshadowing the process. Therefore, I have come to the decision that I must temporarily remove myself from the position as police chief for the city of Sanford.
Is there a palpable friction between the black community and authorities in Florida, in Sanford now?
That's an insult for him to say that he's temporarily removing himself. He needs to be fired. He needs to be removed. That's a temporary situation. He's still being paid. He probably still is a part of the investigation. He needs to be terminated. And those people in authority who refuse to terminate him, perhaps they need to be terminated. That's the only way justice is going to be served.
Representative,
I'm pleased to...
Yeah, Representative Wilson, Ryan Lizzo with The New Yorker. Can I ask you a question about President Obama and this case? We haven't heard from the president on this. You remember in 2009 when we had the incident in Boston with an African-American professor and a white police officer. The president got involved. He brought these people to the White House. One of the promises of President Obama during his campaign was about unity. It seems like a moment where he could step in and have something important to say. Would you like him to do that?
Well, let me say this to you. I just finished a case in Miami-Dade County where 9 black men were shot dead by 9 police officers in 9 months. And the Justice Department came to Miami to investigate. It took them about 6 months. I've never seen the Justice Department respond so quickly. And I've been doing this most of my life with black boys being killed across the state of Florida. And the president is speaking through his Department of Justice. They were on board less than 3 weeks after Trayvon's death. So the president is speaking very loudly and very clearly in this instance.
You know, you mentioned